Business credit cards. What are the advantages of business credit cards? Because there are plenty of them. Why do I like them? Why should you like them? I'm going to break it down. But first of all, I know the question already at the start is, hey, Zach, I don't have a business. I don't plan on having a business, or maybe I do in the future. Blase, blase, blase. But the great thing about business credit cards is you do not need to have an LLC. You do not need to have an existing business. You do not need to have existing revenue to get access to the advantages of business credit cards. So you can apply to multiple different credit cards like Chase and American Express, where you don't have to have an LLC. So you could be running a business, you could just be reselling items, you could have an Etsy store, you could be doing DoorDash or Uber, and you can access and get access to the amazing benefits of business credit cards. So let's talk about them. First of all, the first thing, I know we talk a lot about travel. We love traveling. We love being able to have those types of experiences and utilize them with points and miles. With business credit cards, though, you typically get much higher elevated sign-up bonuses. 90K, 100K, 150K sign-up bonuses from those cards. Now, right, if you want to get in the points and miles game, you are opening up a door to tons of other credit cards where you can get sign-up bonuses too and rack up more points. But with these cards, you also get elevated sign-up bonuses. So the Chase Ink cards just recently were 90K sign-up bonuses. Fantastic sign-up bonus. The Amex Platinum right now is 150, 170K, and there's even a targeted offer for 250,000 points, a quarter of a million points for one card as a sign-up bonus. So you get elevated sign-up bonuses, which is an awesome way to not only experience even more luxury travel, but stack up some more points. So that is one other advantage of business credit cards. The other key component, which is massive and valuable, is the fact that business credit cards do not report to your personal credit. Yes, I will say that again. They do not report to your personal credit. So when you carry a large balance on a personal credit card, it can affect your utilization on your personal credit report. So if you have only a 10K card and you spend 7K on that, you hold that balance, that's 70% utilization. It's going to plummet your score. The great thing about business credit cards, because they do not report to your personal credit, is you can hold balances on them and they will not show up on your personal credit. How fantastic is that? They're pretty much ghost to the personal side, so they do not affect your ability to get additional lending, to get additional capital, to get additional credit cards for you and or your business. So they do not report, which is incredible. Now, with that, the other key component that a lot of people love utilizing, and you should utilize too, is the fact that business credit cards get 0% options from 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, up to 18 months of 0% interest. Now, yes, you can get 0% interest on personal cards, but there are so many times that I run into people that I work with who get one credit card, a Chase Freedom, for example, 18 months at 0%. They rack up 20K on that. 0% is running out. You have just inflated the hell out of your utilization. You don't have any other credit cards, right? You don't have a spread out amount of credit limits. Now you're stuck in this pinch where you cannot get additional capital. You can't get access to other credit cards. That's an issue. Now, with business credit cards, because they do not report to your personal credit, they aren't going to show up. And if you have 0% interest, you can get into an investment. You can go and take advantage of opportunities for 12 months, 18 months, and you have all of that time to pay it back, right? And you can float that balance because it's not showing up and it's not affecting your ability to get more capital later. So you can float $20,000 on that until that APR is up. Yes, you are personal guaranteeing them, but right, the hopes would be that you're using that money into good investments or using that money that you have control over or putting it into cash flowing investments where you will be able to pay off that, but you don't have to dip into your own capital. That's the great thing about it. So you get 0% options, 0% availability with business credit cards. One of the other key pieces with those cards is the fact that you really, depending on the bank, only have to pay 1 to 3% per month as a minimum payment. So if you spend $20,000, you might only have to pay $200 per month over a span of 12 months. You really only have to pay, what is it, 12 times 2, 2,400. You only have to pay $2,400 over the span of the year, but You'd be investing in something, you'd be investing it in yourself, in a skill, and you'd be able to get that money back to then pay it off. So you're not dipping into your money or your living expenses exponentially, and that's fantastic. So you have lower minimum payment requirements along with 0% interest, along with the fact that it does not report to your personal credit. So if you wanted to, and you wanted to start Airbnb, we're going to use Airbnb for example, because everyone knows what Airbnb is. They have likely stayed in an Airbnb and they know that a lot of people invest in them and they use it as an investment. So if you wanted to get an Airbnb, it's going to cost money to put that capital up front instead of using your cash flow or the money that you have in the bank to live. You can then utilize the bank's money with the 0% interest business credit cards and then use, $15,000, $20,000 to secure a long-term lease with a property to then put furniture and design that property. And then you have 6 to 9 months to build that cash flow up, get a customer base, and pay that off. And you didn't have to dip into your personal finances. So that is a lot of the major qualities of business credit. The other key piece with business credit, the last one I'm really going to mention here, there are plenty of other advantages, but these are really going to connect with most people who are just starting to dip their toes in it, is you can get higher credit limits with business credit cards. So typically, it's going to be 2 to 3 times the amount of what you get on the personal side. Now, you're not going to get those credit limits on the business side if you don't take your personal credit seriously. That's why we talk a lot on the channel about why it's so important to build a foundation of personal credit. And then you can really expand and do anything you want on the business credit side because you took that seriously. But you will get higher limits on the business credit side, and that can be advantageous to you, to your investments, and to what you're looking to utilize it for, whether it's investments, growing your own business, growing your team, or just starting your entrepreneurship or business journey by educating yourself and joining different communities, platforms, programs, and mentors. So in the grand scheme of things, you'd probably much rather have $30,000 or $40,000 on a 0% credit card on the business side versus $10,000. That's why we focus on the personal credit side first, build it up, then you can access the higher limits at 2 to 3 times the rate of your personal limits, and then really get the money going. Really get what you need to take advantage of it. So those are the main priorities. Those are the main components of why business credit is something that you should look into, why it's something that you should start adding to your stack, not only to utilize for your own business, but right, you don't have to have a business. You don't. Just like I said at the beginning, there are many sole prop friendly, sole proprietorship friendly credit cards and banks that allow you to apply without having to set up your LLC. Think about it, utilize this information, ask questions down below, and I will create videos off of those questions, or you can always join the free community, ask questions there, learn how to utilize credit, business credit, travel hack, have these amazing experiences, level up your life alongside me and others. We'll talk soon.